Hey there, folks. Welcome back to CYPTV. I want to wish you all a happy new year. Let's start the year right. Share, like, subscribe, leave a comment if you like videos like this.
Is it true that to get to a certain level in Hollywood, these famous people have to their firstborn child?
I believe that there is a club, and I do believe that there are certain people that to attain a certain stature or a certain level of influence or power, fame, whatever, you're required to either side a blood, whether it be a mom or a relative or whatever, who lost a parent, or how many of them lost a kid, to die in accidents.
This is interesting because what you just heard isn't new. This theory has been circulating in Hollywood for years and years, and this man isn't random. He's been in rooms that most people never see. He even says it himself. There's no proof. This is belief that keeps repeating, and there's no smoke without fire. People are pointing to patterns, sudden deaths, careers skyrocketing overnight, others disappearing completely. Every time this conversation resurfaces, it's dismissed, buried, or labelled insane. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below.
Now, I believe this to be true. There's certain things you gotta do to make it up to be elite. So they're gonna shame you. It's like a hazing. Like if you want to get in a club, it's the same thing.
Now, I've seen some creepy things in my time, but it don't get much creepier than this. As strange as this may sound, when you see a ghost or spirit, you kind of have a little bit of an expectation what it might look like. Maybe it's transparent, you can see through it. Maybe it is solid and it kind of looks like a person, but it still looks like a person. Those times that you see things that look like it come straight out of a horror film in Hollywood, that's a whole new level of creepy. But it's to be expected in the mountains of Appalachia because you never know what you're going to see, hear, or encounter. I'm going to show you a picture here in just a moment, and it was taken on a trail camera, and it's freaky. You can see this thing, I don't know what it is, caught at night on a trail camera, walking through the mountains. It's not big, it's not intimidating by its size, it's intimidating because you can tell it's nothing that should be on this earth. These things are the things that will keep you up at night. When you know they're out there and they may be looking through your curtains that should be closed, that's the freaky stuff.
It freaked me out with the land of Chem. That is crazy. But when did they name that?
I don't know when it was named that, but it was originally referenced as Kemet in some of the ancient Greek, and Kemet is the beginning of chemistry and alchemy. So this is where, one of the root words where we then got chemistry and alchemy from. So it is the land of chemistry and alchemy. And
that's bananas. Yeah. And it really means the same thing?
It's what people believe is a continuation of alchemy and chemistry because you get so much alchemy from Egypt. And obviously this is the place where you get Hermes Trismegistus and Hermeticism, and the Philosopher's Stone kind of leaks out from these types of areas.
Creepy Row Photos That Keep Me Up at Night Part 76. This photo was posted to Reddit with the caption, "Over the weekend, I took photos of my kids playing. On one photo, I noticed this figure. What could it be? I took multiple photos afterwards, but didn't see anything similar. I promptly called the kids back, but I really am confused and kind of freaked out now. I need an explanation." Follow for more Creepy Row Photos.
Surprisingly, yes, this is true. Taken out of context, though, this sounds a lot more scary than it actually is. This is the new trend that I've been getting tagged in, scary facts. This one states in 2023, Harvard found a book that they had in their collection from 1879, and it was made from real human skin. The book that this video is referring to is Destiny's de l'Âme. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, I probably am. And at some point, nearly 150 years ago in the 1880s, a French doctor took some skin from a deceased female patient and bound the book with it. The person that bound the book was Dr. Ludovic Boland, and this has been in Harvard's library since 1934, with details about what the book was bound with. Of course, the skin here was taken from a patient that couldn't consent, so there are ethical implications here, and the book binding was removed with further plans of trying to figure out who it was.
Have you seen this video? Where in India they found a stone that can charge any electronics, and the most curious thing is that it was found only 30 kilometers from this temple of Kailash, and it is not just for nothing. All the matter is that this temple is the largest object in history, carved out of one piece of stone that is without any mistake, and scientists for a long time could not understand how ancient people, allegedly only with the help of a hammer and chisel, could build such an architectural masterpiece. And now look at these ancient mechanisms and small details of perfect processing. Do you really believe that? They were created with the help of brute force. And hammer? And recently, a Hindu posted this video on the internet video editing software, claiming that this device was inherited from his ancestors, and the ancient people had laser technology that helped them in the processing of these structures, and they were charged just from special stones. From the beginning of the video, Just look at how perfectly this laser works. The stone and the small details in all the ancient Indian temples do resemble laser processing. But one question remains. Who handed over these laser technologies to ancient people?
Doesn't that make you think that back in the days, ancient people did have technology where they could produce things like this? I believe we can't do this today. Make a structure like that out of one big rock, right?
En la costa, que no van a hacerse más grandes. Madre mía. Qué fuerte. Mira eso, ¿eh?
If you're enjoying this video, I put several videos out a week. It'll be amazing if you hit the subscribe button and join me in the next video.
Ice being melted from the dragons. The dragons were, that big ass dragon was frozen. And the ice is melting because of, you guessed it, the sun. The sun is melting the ice. They've always known that it was going to happen. And the tail of the dragon is by Alaska. Anchorage. It's anchored in Alaska. Okay? And it's thawing, hence all the water rushing in on the west coast.
Yeah, you are. Get out then, baby. This is crazy. Get out. I will get out. You want to fight? Girl, you big ass. What are you even tripping for about something that didn't hit your car? That makes sense. You need to be one. You need to come out here. Big ass.
She didn't want none of that, right, when that lady came out?
What's wrong with filming it? I don't understand. What's the hide? I'm allowed to film in public, right? Why are you all blocking the tech? Y'all see this, guys? This should let you know what their intentions are. I'm not messing.
Tag me, bro, at JP.
JP?
At JP, bro.
All right.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I got you, bro.
Yeah,
all right.
I'll take it.
Hit them up, guys.
Yeah, hit me up.
Have a good day, brother. God bless.
So I know that y'all would not believe this unless I showed proof and y'all actually saw it for your own eyes. So today there was an earthquake in Greece, and then you felt it in parts of Turkey and in Egypt. And it was a magnitude 6.0. You got to see it to believe it, right? But the craziest thing about this is that in the skies in Greece, after this earthquake happened, this is what appeared in the sky. I want you to look really closely because this is the same picture from a different angle. What does that look like? An angel appeared in the sky after this earthquake. A large angel, by the way. Look at that. And it's not a silhouette of nothing. It's it looks like a being with light. No clouds. It's not the sun that's doing it. It's a being. Clearly an angel, a very large one at that. So what's going on in our world today is the craziest thing that we've ever seen because the veil is thinning and Jesus is coming. We are getting to a point to where, like, to be completely honest with y'all, dude, like, none of what's happening in life makes sense to what life was like before a certain point. Like, we are literally heading towards Armageddon. We are truly heading towards the end of the world. And I would have never, like, growing up, thought that the world would be how it is today. And everyone is seeing it on the world stage. This is crazy. And prayers to anyone who was affected, lives lost. I don't think there was any lives lost or any casualties, but any property damage and things like that, because this is insane. An angel appeared after an earthquake. And then all the other signs has been happening, bro. Like, slow down.
So what do you guys think? He's right. There's a lot of strange things going on in the world today that wasn't happening like 10, 15 years ago. So do you think that's a sign that God is coming soon? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section.
Dragons are awakening, and this is having an impact not just in this realm but in all of the realms. And there are 7 realms, 7 seas, 7 realms. They have a specific purpose. They were put to sleep over 500,000 years ago when Atlantis started to fall, because they were the guardians of the realm. Our entire universe is changing, and that coincides with the 5th dimension of which we enter. So it's a new energy that Earth is moving towards in the photon belt of light. So these dragons are here to help clear the air so that Earth can position herself, and we who are leeches on her back can go along for the ride. And in one of my videos, you can go back and look at it, where I talk about the women going through almost like a menstrual cycle, because that's what the Earth is going through as well. A lot of changes, pains, headaches, you name it. We've been experiencing that because this is based on the mitochondrial DNA, the Earth being activated, and the mitochondrial DNA in the woman. Everybody has mitochondria, even the men, but it is more potent in women of color. In order to be here on this planet, in order to have children, you must have the mitochondrial DNA. There are dragon realms in the middle, the inner, and the outer worlds. So that is our entire universe. They are the protectors. Again, the mother dragon was put to sleep because when she fell asleep, then the children also fell asleep. She also oversees the millions of dragon eggs that are intended to activate the light body in humans and various species. So this isn't just affecting us, this is going to affect other species that need to evolve spiritually. So this is a big change on the planet, in the universe at this time. This is a 25,000 year cycle that we are entering, which we call the golden age. And as I said before, it's called the golden age because we're going to the golden gate of man, the Ophiuchus, which is a snake wrapped around a woman's foot. This is the year of the dragon, the Yinwood snake. So it all coincides. Next year is the year of the fire horse, and that is going to be dealing with the dragons. You're going to see a lot more of them, and you're going to hear a lot more talk of the dragons. So the dragons awakening is creating climate changes throughout the planet. For those who think this is a fairy tale, continue to think that and continue to stay in the 3D world. For those who are activating and those who are ascending, welcome to the light.
The shit I'm about to tell you is about to change the way you think about everything you've been taught. All right, scientists are starting to think that we're living entire lifetimes while we're sleeping, and we're not supposed to remember any of it. You heard what I just told you? People that study sleep are finding that dreams aren't just random. They're saying that your brain is actually building 4 realities while you're unconscious. Different lives, different versions of you, entire timelines playing out in your head. And here's the part that should make you pause for a second. Your brain has an entire deletion system. The second you wake up, it wipes most of your memories on purpose. And not because they're fake, because remembering them will probably drive you insane. So when you wake up and remember a face or a place or that weird emotion that sticks with you all day, that's not a dream. That's a leftover fragment from an entire lifetime that you just lived. So the crazy shit, you're actually living 4 alternate lifetimes inside your brain. Jobs, places, people, years, all of it. Now here's where this shit is crazier than that. If our brain could do that while we're sleeping, who's to say that it can't do the same thing while we're awake? And who's to say that we're not sleeping right now? Now you got some researchers asking if consciousness works both ways. Like maybe sleeping isn't leaving reality, maybe it's just switching rooms. The scariest question we need to ask is this the life that we're supposed to remember?
He makes a good point. When we awake, are we in a dream? And when we go to sleep, are we experiencing the real life? Kind of makes you think, right?
Tim Walz just announced he's going to be funding more Somalian daycares instead of getting rid of them. Elon Musk, he is on the grift. Only explanation is that they own him. They own most Democrats in Minnesota. It's also because 100,000 Somalians will vote for him if he defends their childcare thing. So that basically means it will guarantee that he will win the next election. So of course he's going to support them. Tim Walz, instead of demonizing our Somalian community, we're going to welcome more in. Instead of programs, we are going to enhance them. He said this right after it was exposed, literally exposed, that it was all. Guys, this is unbelievable. This is real. Like, it almost feels like there's no way this could happen. It is happening. So what do y'all think? Genuinely, I want to know y'all's opinions in the comments. If you don't want to say them publicly, just DM me. But yeah, guys, it is getting very, very bad. It's just, everybody's corrupt. It's crazy.
If something that happened,
I just hope that this video can be thanked.
The past few days, I've been tagged in this video hundreds of times, and while it looks really strange, the explanation is actually quite simple. The video that you guys just watched shows a woman recording herself with a vintage camcorder in the mirror, stating something strange is happening. She then sets the camera on her bed and reaches her arm into what looks to be a mirror portal. Now, I've seen a lot of claims here. People are stating that this video was found on the dark web, it's referred to as Violet's fun time, and a lot of people are believing that this is real, even thinking that she accidentally opened an actual portal and went missing in there. The reality here, though, is that this video was not filmed back in 2001, and no, it was not found on the dark web. It was actually created by this creator, Hallie Tut or Haley Tut, and it was meant to be inspired by liminal spaces. So according to the caption that I read, this was a project that she made quite a while ago, and after finally posting it, it would appear that she did a great job, because a lot of people are—
So am I the only one that didn't know when you blend together regular sugar and powdered sugar, it turns to cotton candy? What the heck?
Stop the cap. You can literally see a cut here. Let me prove it to you. According to basic physics, cotton candy requires 3 things: high heat to melt the sugar, spinning to stretch the molten sugar, and mid-air cooling to re-solidify the sugar, which a blender cannot do. A blender makes your sugar more powdery. To actually make cotton candy, you need a cotton candy machine like this. Don't waste your time on this BS.
Yeah, stop the cap. A lot of stuff on the internet is cap.
Anyone explain how does the mirror know that there's an object there?
No, that has to be fake.
This can't be true.
Okay. Is it that way?
This is a little suspicious. It is. This is the car. Totally done. Yeah, so Anthony Joshua just got in a bad car accident, right? And when he was in the car accident, the man that he was driving with was this guy over here, like Healthy Mindset on Instagram. But yeah, this is just 13 hours ago this was posted. And now that man is gone. Like, that's so crazy. But the reason why people say this is suspicious is because what happened last week? Jake Paul fought his first real fight, like an actual fight. And it ain't go good for my boy. Jake Paul got beat, broken jaw, knocked out, all that. But a lot of people believe that, like, Anthony Joshua might take a fall. Jake Paul can go on, keep getting this. We don't really believe him to be a real boxer. So people thought it was kind of fake. But then when he got knocked out, people were like, oh, no, it's real. But then this happened today, and it's like, what the hell going on? It's just the timing of it all. Like, you know, people don't be trying to really make people believe people get sacrificed and stuff like that. But, like, it's the timing of it. Like, me personally, I don't really know, exactly what happened. I know he got the biggest payday he ever got in his whole life when he fought Jake Paul. And then this happens, like, all of a sudden, your whole career, nothing like this happened, then it happens a week after that. And I'm not pointing the finger at you or, like, Jake Paul. I don't know the ins and outs, but it seems pretty crazy to me.
I don't think both things have anything to do with each other. I think it is a coincidence. A couple days later or a week later, he gets in this car accident. But I don't think it got anything to do with the Jake Paul fight. I think this is just the internet trying to make content.
And a nuclear weapon was never dropped, ever, in the history of humanity. Now, I know you're going to be like, oh, that's not true. What about Nagasaki and Hiroshima? Well, let me tell you something about Nagasaki and Hiroshima. So, Tokyo was devastated from a series of fire bombings. This is the aftermath of a firebombing series in Tokyo. Now, let that soak in. So, if we go to Hiroshima and look at the aftermath, it looks just like the aftermath of a series of fire bombings. And how are power lines and telephone poles still standing after apparently the most devastating explosion humanity has ever seen? And you know what's crazy? There was actually a hospital that was right next to the drop zone in Hiroshima of the nuclear bomb, and everyone in the hospital actually survived. And what about the nuclear fallout, to where the place should be uninhabitable for hundreds or thousands of years? It's a flourishing city now. Do you see what I'm saying? All you have to do is use common sense and connect the dots. And if you watch all of these videos of nuclear explosions, the Nuketown testing, it's all fake. It's just like the moon landing. It's a Hollywood production. Like, it is so unbelievably obvious, but since the invention of the television, people have been more brainwashed than ever. It's an MK Ultra experiment, but I made everything up. Nukes are real, entertainment only.
This is a giant doorway in Kazakhstan. At least that's what I thought when I first looked at it. But if you look at this closely, this looks like someone's hand grabbing or holding on to something. This kind of looks like a petrified dragon hand. Because when I first made this video, people were saying, oh wait, no, that's a dragon. That's a dragon. It looks like it could be a doorway, but look at the webbing of the thumb right there. And then the index finger right here, the middle finger here. This is a hand. Dragons used to be widely accepted and known creatures, not mythical. This is a 1946 dictionary definition of dragon. It says, now rare, a huge serpent, a fabulous animal, generally a monstrous winged scaly serpent, lizard, or saurian, a fierce or very strict person, especially a woman. That's a little crazy, but now rare, which means they used to be all over the place. Small arboreal lizards of the East Indies and Southern Asia. They're literally telling us where they were located. So Alexander the Great, his soldiers encountered a dragon in 330 BC while they were in India, okay? And they came across a hissing dragon in a cave. And it was estimated that the dragon was about 100 feet long. Hold on. Apollonius of Tyana, a Greek philosopher, documented the dragons that he saw when he was traveling through India. Dragons of enormous size and variety infest northern India, concluded Apollonius of Tyana, who traveled through the southern foothills of the Himalayas in the 1st century. The countryside is full of them, and no mountain ridge was without one. Dragons seem to be real. The Bible mentions dragons over 30 times. Check it out, Isaiah 27:1. Leviathan, the piercing serpent, even Leviathan, that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. Thou breaketh the heads of the dragons in the waters. All kinds of verses on dragons, but no verses of dinosaurs. Perhaps dinosaurs are dragons. There's also a 3rd century story of this dude named St. George who slayed a dragon. But a lot of those legend stories are rooted in truth. And even the Chinese culture incorporate dragons in their calendar and in their history. Dragons seem to be all over the place. I don't think it's fake. I think dragons are real, and the mainstream doesn't want us to think that for various reasons. Who knows why? Dinosaurs are fake, but it looks like dragons are real. And if that is not a hand, I don't know what is. There's a lot of history around dragons, artwork, and it seems like the mainstream is trying to hide the fact that these mythical creatures are not actually mythical. Same thing with sirens, same thing with giants. When the government tries to say something is mythical, that means it's real. What do you guys think? You think I'm tripping? Or do you also think dragons are legit?